Up next.
We went on for about a month, and he also, at some point, started going to the fields together with the Indians. I don't know whether what he was doing was legal. I'm not sure about that, but it was just an experience that I was learning from with regards to how Mario and Maggots are designed and up until now how they're performed. So today it's not for me, it's not about the technology itself. It's about the impact it's going to have on the market. So I'm introducing the Pindu market. So this is an e-commerce platform.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
Water District Council, welcome, congratulations.
Thanks.
Please introduce yourself, dzina lanu, and of course would like to know what it is that you get up to.
My name is Mike Jambwe. I'm representing Kora District Council in the area of agriculture. So I decided to do this because I usually have I'm usually moved to help people. So I noticed that the agricultural market in Malawi is very messy. So I decided, okay, why don't we just build an app for this area so that buyers and sellers can trade through a single platform.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because yeah. I was about to ask, what do you mean by messy?
Yeah, it's mess in the there's I can say the market is not that centralized.
Okay.
So it's hugely dominated by smallholder farmers. Yet it's the backbone of our economy.
Yes.
It makes about 80% of our exports and 30% of our GDP. It's over $5.4 billion in value.
Wow. Okay.
Marian market as a whole. So the goal is to start there and then scale up to the entire country. In fact, hopefully maybe move to neighboring countries as well.
Of course, if we're going to dream, let's dream big, let's dream beyond our borders.
Yeah.
Are you ready to present?
Yeah. I'm not even...
Go get it. Go get it. Thanks. Go get it.
My name is Mike Jambwe. I'm going to give you just an overview of what I'm about to present to you. About 3 years ago, I was staying with a friend of mine. He used to consider himself to be one of the best dealers in Malawi. Whenever you're looking for something, he was the guy you used to call. So some Indians came here and they were looking for paprika, looking for the paper. So they were looking for a lot of it, like in bag. So they had their own price per kg, the amount that they wanted to have, as well as the quality as well. They were very strict with what they were looking for. So that friend of mine was like, my friend, I'm going to get rich because this is a commission deal. Whatever deal comes, then I say I'm going to make this amount. In fact, he was also adding his own price to the price that those guys made. So the problem was finding the volume that was required, the quantity of the product that those people needed. So he spent weeks and weeks looking for it, and there was a very big struggle. He had to call so many people. He had to call other agents who were also interested in the same deal. They wanted also to have a taste of that. So we went on for about a month, and he also at some point started going to the fields together with the Indians. I don't know whether what he was doing was legal. I'm not sure about that, but it was just an experience that I was learning from with regards to how Mario and Maggots are designed and up until now how they're performed. So today it's not for me, it's not about the technology itself. It's about the impact it's going to happen in the market. So I'm introducing the Pindu market. So this is an e-commerce platform. It's not an e-commerce app, rather it's a platform because it's supposed to have multiple components that build it up. Usually, whenever I'm building software, I always think about the people that are going to use it first. What kind of people are we targeting? Are these kind of people computer like experts? Are they people that can comfortably use technologies like this? So a user-centric approach comes to mind. Okay, how do we include people who don't have adequate knowledge about and the know-how of technology? So there's that kind of barrier that is there with regards to building technologies and software. The other issue is about scalability, like and maintainability. Like if we are going to do this, somebody else may become. Suppose maybe I have died just while it is being it. Can somebody come and start working on it? Is it something that is maintainable by somebody else, or is it something that is scalable? Can it be used by thousands of users, even gathered to 1 million users? Is that possible? How are we going to differentiate between growth and scale? How are we going to do that? Can this software do this, do that? So with that kind of infrastructure in mind, right now we're not looking at already, we're not looking at the market parameters, like whether it's the demand, we're looking at the product before it gets there. So the goal here is we have a massive agricultural market in Malawi.
What is the market size?
When I was contacting the agribusiness office in Kotawa, I was asking them about farmers who are commercial farmers. Like, do you know all these people, like all the farmers that participate in this? So they said, yeah, we know majority of the people who do this. We also have records of them. Do you have volumes? Can you tell me, like, what is the market size that is there in Kotawa? So he was not even aware that. He said, I have to cross-check and look and check again. I said, okay. But then in Malawi, we have over a $5.4 billion agricultural market. You see, it's untapped. It's hugely dominated by smallholder farmers. So that's why I thought, okay, so when I was looking at the solutions and the products, this is something that I've been looking for quite some time. So the issue is, I wanted to build a digital platform that not only offers the buying and selling activity as normal markets do, but also provides insights and data on how specific products or specific farmers and their products are performing on that marketplace. Because each and every sale, each and every transaction is recorded in a database. So we have all of those records that then we perform analytics on them to show that, so that they can understand, okay, what was my records this week? How much purchases did I make in a month or in this year, coming into next year? So this data-driven approach is something that I said, okay, first of all, we try to centralize the market, try to make people come together, try to have buyers have their go-to marketplace. So the marketplace in Malawi covers about 30% of the country's GDP. It also covers about 80% of our exports. And the name of the market is Pindu Market. So that is the product that I've built. So it is comprised of mobile applications that people are going to be using for buying and selling their farm products, as well as a USSD application that is the one that we use for mobile money that we dial for farmers that don't have enough access to internet. They use those technologies. So the platform serves as a one-stop solution for buyers, farmers, as well as agricultural experts, because we wanted also to have this data to be accessed by other stakeholders that may be interested in purchasing some of the information there. So as I talked to you earlier, the stated area about scalability, how this is the scalability of an application depends on a number of factors. one of them is how the entire application is developed. And also, suppose we have launched it in Kodago, how can we move to Genie? You see? So this is highly scalable in the sense that you just need to remarket the same product in a specific area or targeting a specific target market without having to put in another resources to boost it up. As well as it is, as it will be developed initially, you will be able to gather thousands of users without requiring any additional cost issues to be decided. So it's just about how the structure is designed, as well as what we are using cloud resources to make sure that we don't buy too many servers to make sure to host it. So the other one is interoperability. So what I did was I decided that the backend, the way the database is, should be housed in a separate app. So that one is just an API that feeds data to the general app to consume. The app, there's a separation of concerns. The application is only responsible for handling user interactions and user activities, while the backend is the one that drives the data, that analyzes it and gives it to the application for use. So because of that, it is anybody else can come and subscribe and use also that data and borrow it also and also use it in other areas. So you can easily be integrated with other softwares and mobile applications without having to come to review the one again to fit their requirements. So as I already said, that this is Malawi is a very big market with regards to agriculture, and the main revenue generation model is using transaction fees. E-commerce platforms are built surrounding commission services. So for every purchase, there's a percentage of money that we deduct. Yeah. So we are talking about a $5.4 billion market. This is great potential. The other thing are premium services. Like if you're on Facebook, you'll be told, okay, use your ads to maybe boost up your posts so that other people can see it. So you also have those services. People will be having their products shortlisted maybe more like on the homepage so that other people can see them first time. I think most of the issues here are already addressed. One of the unique features that I have was an inclusive approach to make sure it's accessible to everyone. Make no mistake, there are applications like this that have gone out into the market and have failed. I myself have worked on multiple startups, and I've seen firsthand the problems that technologies are facing in Malawi.
All right, thank you so much, Mike, for the presentation and the insights of the app and the aspirations of innovation that will revolutionize agricultural marketing, but a district council and beyond. So, go ahead. Okay, I've been given the heavy burden of starting off the questions. So it's nice to see this app and digital aspect bringing it to the largely informal agricultural marketing sector. You had highlighted, the way the sector is dominated by smallholder farmers, which is true. Majority of production. In fact, most aspects of the whole agricultural value chain still operate informally, and they don't operate in formal marketplaces. And there's some specific reasons for that. So just to understand the perspective, because from a buyer's perspective, to come into an app, a market app, as you highlighted, and looking at the way the smallholder arrangement is, it would be very difficult to achieve high targets. So it would mean, for instance, if I was to come on the app, I would have to work with thousands of farmers to meet challenges for export, as an example. How does the app overcome that? Because it would mean for a specific challenge, let's say 5,000 metric tons of paprika, as you mentioned, have to work with thousands of farmers as well. How do you intend this to be user-friendly and provide convenience to the client? That's one question. And an extension to that would also be quality, because if you're now working with thousands of different production houses, quality will be inconsistent. Do you also on the app make the same in terms of quality? You have rightly pointed out that there are some similar apps that have been rolled out on the market. I know there's one that Ace has, and it's still currently active, but what the trade platform. It also works on USSD, WhatsApp, MSNs, where they send texts, they send deals, and the advantage of them is that they're also a commodity trading platform, they're a clearing house for export, so they have the ability to engage with like warehouses for export. So how does this differentiate with such existing systems apps that I also know Farm has also rolled out something similar, where they give out money prices and deal matching for smallholders and aggregators. It doesn't go as far as what's there. Time for
Okay, so the first issue is where does the emphasis lie when we are building the application? So it's we have two sets of users, buyers and sellers, and we understand that the sellers are at a disadvantage when it comes to using this kind of applications. It's very unlikely that they will be able to use sophisticated structures and then upload products and integrate them. So that this is why it's still there will still be needed a middle kind of a middle ground or a middle like personnel that joins those particular farmers. We make sure that everyone is included and that's the new platform. So on the question that what about how can we meet the tonnage? So the issue is this is to give the seller to first of all find out whether the product they are looking for. One of the most powerful things about e-commerce platform, I'll give like for example Alibaba, when you open the app, you don't see the thing you are looking for until you go on search. So then you say, so it's telling you that this person has 1,000 kilograms of this. This person has 1,000. These are two different listings of products that are coming in. So it is your responsibility as a buyer to assess those to see, okay, so which ones, can I manage to gather this? So you're making the preliminary decision. Then when you are coming in to initiate the sale, that means you have already decided most of the issues that are supposed to be handled. There are other issues that are beyond control, like for example, how can you get consistent corridor of products that are purchased from different people? I might answer now to say, okay, so this is what we'll do just for the benefit of the presentation. But the truth of the market is that those variations exist and there will still be the responsibility of the buyer to check. So what we're doing is we're just bridging buyers and sellers and offering a secure platform in which they can perform the transactions. So we are not guaranteeing that they are going to find the quality that they are looking for, but rather they will find the product they are looking for and they will be there to follow up on those to make sure they complete the purchases.
Thank you, Mike. We are very aware. It's basically at the moment the admin to at least this fine. However, I think we have to develop our market. So as you are putting it, I just have two observations. That because he already some initiatives that are being taken by other companies like the commodities, commodity exchange, and it was different between this app and that market. But at the same time, what the regulations. You know, there are some products that we produce in Malawi that they are affected. Now the question is maybe for either maybe the users of the app or the farmers. How quickly do they know that this product even if we do anything, we can't export, for example. We export, we can't export. And the secondly, in terms of also look at the same regulations, we have to be looking at it because whatever product is to be sold, we have to comply with the laws. So we're looking at is there some guidance to say, okay, fine, if you are exporting this product, the market is available at in this water, like in these countries, or these are the possible buyers. And again, the documents that you are required to use are following, and they are also make sure that they are also available. You can link them in the same app so that someone can fast track the process of even selling the required or the available market. Even the costs also can also be incorporated. Look at okay, fine. If you are going to export so much tonnage or this product in this market, the cost is so much. So that it should be something that is readily available to farmers, so that when they are making a decision, it must be something that they can consider.
So, thanks for that. Of course, there is a question and also there is a comment.
Yeah, the question and also a comment that we consider.
Yeah. So, at this stage that we are now, there is an issue that we have about iterations when we are building software. So, the first instance that you come into the market, you release the first MVP, the minimum viable product that you take to the market. From there is user feedback. What's happening? Then based on what is there. There are also other things like legal values to regulate by writing. Those are legal entities that may come after a successive iteration. So at this stage we are here, then based on the feedback. There are so many factors. You might not even highlight them all today, but as the product is going in the market, those leaders, those factors become apparent, and we can see exactly how to do them after that. But everything is something that can be managed, and it's not something that is very deep. Just at this moment in time, I haven't done much research to find out how those regulations work. What I was focusing on was having a product that bridges this side and this side. But those regulations that are coming inside now, they also have other legal factors to them. So I would think that it would be very unprotected of me myself to make that particular decision and this after thorough consultation.
Mine is just a show. I think we will not show about the features. We will not about the stability and so on.
Yeah.
What I want to just appreciate is we're talking about the market, the type of service, farmers, customers, the market. What are the main functions of your application? We have ordering, we have payments, we have advertisement.
Yeah, so the form of listing is mostly like a bridge, which a platform in which people come and they look at the product that they are interested in and they can initiate purchase there. To prevent the low-key kind of implementation, they also have control to contact the farmer directly, and then also the other issue that they have to do that they can also highlight from there. There is supposed to be a chat system. People are supposed to talk from there, and also if they want to initiate, they initiate the payments from them. The issue with initiating payments is just to verify that this person has the money that they are talking about. So this is hold inside the system's account, just as for verification purposes, and then a transaction and negotiation can occur between the person and the farm to complete the transaction. So it's still a whole process that I'm still working on, depending on the data that is coming in. And so because I was unable to reach the agribusiness office in Kodago, but now we are getting in touch, so new information is coming in every day. So we are making modifications based on that. So the primary, that's what it is. But also there's a data-driven approach, which farmers want to understand how they are doing in the market. So we have a dashboard for them be able to see that. Some of them won't even understand it, but it will be easy translated to them. They can download like documents. Okay, these are the documents we have for this specific operation. We want to make sure that we are not just a technology, but also involved on the ground. To encourage and perform operations based on the sectors that they are in, and then make sure that they have a data-driven approach to the way that they do things. So all of these solution provided as a premium service for them that they will subscribe for this fee for this service. All other updates are followed by SMS in the traditional way. You like all other stakeholders are doing in the mind.
Thank you so much for your time. Interesting presentation. I wish I saw the work in production, but again, because we didn't get to get the full gist of the features that is being highlighted of what the marketplace will do. But I don't think it's anything new. There's definitely a lot of platforms that are definitely doing the same, and in fact, more robust and better at it. The key function that needs to be done within the Malawian agricultural sector is unique data. So I don't see any incentive for a buyer sitting in India that would like to organize from Malawi to look at 10,000 listings from 10,000 smallholder farmers at that platform. And issues of validation as well. Farmers might overstate what they have. Is the happen. So are they going to go down on the ground to verify that the XYZ has 20 tons of beans? That's a side issue. But I think the clear linkage to already existing systems was helpful.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
In this episode, congratulations for making it onto the Muuni Fund pitch program.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Such an enlightenment, Muuni.
Yes. Already playing around with the words. I can't wait to see what you come up with when you get inside. Please tell us your full name and the council you're representing.
So my name is Kumbo Marikebu. I'm here on behalf of Sarah Kute. I'm representing Ilongo District Council.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what is the work that you guys are looking into? What is your intervention area?
Okay, our intervention area is agriculture sector. We're trying to give a mouthpiece to soil. Imagine if you could hear soil speak. So apart from planting seeds into the soil, we'll give farmers sensors, which are devices that will act as mouthpiece with the soil. And through that, the soil will be able to tell the farmers the nutritional value as well as moisture and temperature.
Are you a poet? Do you write poetry?
No, but I admire Shakespeare, Dostoevsky.
I can see it. The soil is about to speak to us. I can't wait to see your pitch.
Join us in the pitch more. I hope you'll be there.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Topic of agriculture. So one of the reasons I like attending such events is because of the food that is offered during the breakfast and the lunch period. And I am hoping that there will be another snack around 4. Food is very crucial for such gatherings. Food brings joy in addition to giving us the energy. I believe
you can maybe have energy from the food I ate during lunch and the break in the morning. So the people who bring us this food, the ones we call farmers in Malawi, are facing challenges when it comes to gathering data in the soil they use to grow the so-called crops. So we have come up with a project which is focusing on precision agriculture, an area which focuses on using technology to gather data which can be used to make informed decisions about agriculture itself. Some of the tools that are used in precision agriculture include GPS guided systems, drones, and sensors which can be used to collect this data for informed decisions. But then when it comes to Malawi, we are lagging behind. But then other fields, for example, banking, finance, and all that, they are able to excel using technology. Why not agriculture? Farmers facing such problems need help, and we are here to offer this support to them. And we are also doing so as part of a larger area or a larger grouping, which is focusing on bringing ICT in the field. Our proposed solution is an innovation which focuses on placing sensors in the farms to collect data which can be used by farmers and also research stations to make informed decisions as to how the soil is performing. So our innovation is called Soil Smart, which simply means the soil in which the crops are planted, it's smart, I can say. Although it contains bacteria, yes, the bacteria is important, but then we are adding sensors to make it smart. So, as a team, we came up with a design for our system, which, as you can see there, it has a number of sensors, and then there is a main processor which collects all this data and processes it. Once the data is processed, it is sent to the cloud via the internet, and then from there, the farmers or the researchers can use their mobile devices or laptops to access this data. And then, from what they're getting, they can be able to come up with informed decisions and not just using ancestral knowledge about farming. As we were carrying out our research, we met a farmer, and then we had to ask, how do you know that this soil is suitable for growing maize or cassava? Then from their knowledge, which stems back to Malawi Kingdom, back in the old days, we know that this soil contains, let's say, nitrogen because of its color. When it's darker, it's nitrogen. When it looks beige, it's sort of rich in iron. But then in this age, the 21st century, the day which is filled with ICT, it's not good for our farmers to still rely on that old information. So we came up with this system, which we managed to prototype thanks to the funding we received from the Muuni Fund. And then from the prototype, we were able to come up with these features which will enable the farmers or researchers to utilize our system. So it is able to collect data in real time, for example, soil moisture, nutrient content of the soil, as well as to give the farmers or researchers data analytics and visualization. So how do farmers or researchers benefit from our system? As I mentioned earlier, it's all about making informed decisions. So farmers will be able to detect early about the issues in their farms, thereby intervening before the crops come worse. And also farmers will be able to monitor their crops wherever they are. Let's take the farm is in Goa, and then the farmer decides to travel to a relative's wedding in London. They can still be able to check how the farm is doing from wherever they are through the IoT-enabled system. Now, who are our targeted customers. I mentioned we have farmers, researchers, as well as schools, education institutions such as Muuni. And then how do we intend to generate money from our innovation? So our plan was to offer our system through a subscription-based model where users can can access the device as well as the software, and then pay a monthly subscription or yearly subscription fee. Now, as a presentation, all I have mentioned is just theoretic. It's very hard for you to believe what I'm saying. The questions might be, is what he's saying really true? Or is it just a joy waiting Kampagam or just hearsays and all that? No, it's not in Kampagam, it's not hearsays. This can be done and we're here to prove it. So there is a link there which you can use to access. For now, it's open, but then for the farmers and researchers, they'll have to access it via the subscription. So that link will take you to our dashboard, which can be accessed on a laptop or a mobile device. So I already have mine open as I was carrying out this. And if the computer is it's connected, I also hope I didn't. You were able to. Yeah. So I also try in the meantime. Open it for all of us to see. If you have a mobile device, what you can do is just to scan the QR code and it will take you straight to the dashboard. Here there was a video for a test we carried out. Hope it plays. Then we all know farmers most of the time they have less technical background. Yeah, but then myself, after finishing school, I decided to also venture into farming. So I may have technical background, but it is not always the case with farmers. So we decided to come up with a system that can be easy for farmers to operate. So no buttons and whatsoever, just the power button, plug, and play. So that's the dashboard. And for the features, there is an indication for the battery, which is inside, it is battery powered, and from our design, the battery can run for 10 years without charging. But then that's theoretic from all the calculations. And then it has a status indicator that the system is offline because it is not powered, and all those parameters that are being collected from the farm. So it's easy to set up. I'm remaining with less than a minute, but then I'll just do that. For now, all we are seeing is 0% for the moisture. So I don't have soil as the place is mud. I couldn't bring the soil here. And then I was thinking of going out, but then I couldn't due to the rains. So I'll just demonstrate on soil and temperature, which is down there. And also it is showing at the light corner there. So I'll add some order. The system is online. If you notice, it has changed online. And then I have a moisture sensor, and in the next 10 seconds, once I did this, we should expect it to give us the moisture content of what is inside here. So the time was up, I had no chance. But yeah, that's all I had for you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, it is.
So for the temperature, it's showing 25 for the room temperature. So for nutrient, for now, of course, my time was up.
Yeah,
Okay? For nutrient, what I had drawn just to show, of course, it won't give us a correct picture, but it will also change based on this sense which is for the nutrients. So you can see changing wherever you are. Also, so I switch bit off here. So let's switch it off here. But then that's how it will be collecting data, which can be used by the farmers or research scientists.
Thank you very much. Very interesting presentation. Very quick demonstration. Yeah, so I think we are introducing technology of agriculture. We are talking about the soil science. I'm not sure, do you have a background of agriculture?
One of the team members, so is it okay just to go to the team members?
That's it.
Okay, one of the team members, one of the team members, Carlo Gaetano, was at Rwanda specializing in soil science. So she's the one in charge of giving us the details about soil science. And we're also in touch with Muuni Station for how they carry out their soil test.
Yes, in some cases, maybe people be interested in the area of quality. Do you have any conception of theoretical framework that will help you to come up with this out? When we're talking about soil science, the soil chemistry there, and so on. So, what is theoretical, or do you have a framework that will give you to say this particular technology is really giving us the real information, the real data? If people can have the trust in what is coming out.
Soil moisture and temperature is straightforward. It's how the sensors are made in the factory. They are calibrated in the factories. For moisture, also are different in different areas. We are yet to calibrate it based on the soil we have here. So we are working hand in hand with the research station. So there already exist calculations. So we are turning those calculations to software. We are incorporating them in our software to help us come up with the nutrient values. So people can trust us based on I can say, Google will be the one to say, yeah, true, the sensors are giving us what we are able to find in the laboratories.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Quite insightful and exciting, to be honest. It's something that I also like in the agricultural space. Maybe just two questions from my side. The first being, did you build those sensors by yourself, or they were imported from another country and then you just adapted them for other context? That's the first. The second, it would also be interesting to understand the delivery mechanism of this. I've only noticed you mentioned smartphone. Does it extend, let's say, for somebody to interact with the sensors or the cloud computing platform that you have via USSD, as an example? That's also something that would be interesting to understand. And yeah, you mentioned, this is a quick final, you mentioned that the target customers that you have to use this are smallholder farmers. And a majority of the smallholder farmers that we have in the country have got small landholding sizes. Yeah? So alternatively, or ultimately, in the case of, let's say, the district council, we have to have mass amounts of these sensors to satisfy the fragmented state of the smallholder market. So how do you tend, or how do you plan to overcome that aspect based off your experience and the feasibility assessments that you've done for this operation?
Thanks very much for the questions. For the first one, the sensors, for the most part, I can say 60% or so of the project is about imported components. But then we are taking time to, we're also sparing time to learn how they operate and see if we can come up with sensor mechanisms also. But then, yeah, that's it, 60% we are importing from China. That is. The second question, okay, I'll go to the last question.
Yes.
Smallholder farmers, yeah. So we have tried our best to come up with a system which is low cost that can be accessed without farmers complaining about the pricing and all that. And also the fragmentation, looking into that, to us, didn't see any challenge on that because it will be suited for each and every farmer based on their needs. So I can say for us we're okay with the size. As long as they're able to access it, each will have their own customized platform for their farm. They'll have their own access. No one else can access the other thing. For the second one, I'm sorry, you can
No, it's okay. So I'll leave it to my colleague as well to ask some questions.
Sorry for that.
No, it's okay.
Right, thank you so much, Kumbo. I think for mine is only one question. Looking at the gadgets on the installation part of it, in our farm, in our places, in terms of the weather, are they accustomed to any, they adapt to any weather conditions such that the results will never be affected by an adverse weather, be it too much rain, too much heat, or
Thanks very much for the question. So, when it comes to weatherproofing, as one of the design criteria was to make the device itself waterproof. When it comes to the sensor readings, only the nutrient sensor was the one which we noticed that it was affected by an increase in moisture and temperature as well. So for that, we are working on trying to try and make like to add some sort of it's a scientific word, English percentage. Tolerance. Yeah, to add some tolerance based on the changes using the same sensors. Check, okay, there is too much moisture, let's compensate the soil nutrient sensor. There is too much temperature, let's compensate the nutrient as well. But then also the sensors have limits. For example, the temperature sensor can only go up to 85 degrees Celsius. We don't expect that in the soil, but then it can go up there. So, yeah, if it brings a problem in our future testing, then we can go for other sensors. But I can say that the sensors are just okay for one day. But then, that was your only question. Still have 2 minutes. If you can remind me the second question, please.
Yeah, well, my question was related to the delivery mechanism of the content. I remember the other that was with the smartphone. So
you mentioned
USSD.
Yeah, thanks very much. So, USSD application is one of our future plans. Have USSD application for most of the farmers. Maybe they might not have a smartphone or a laptop. So that's one of the future plans. But then also you mentioned of can they interact? Yes, they can interact with the dashboard. I hope I'm answering your question. It has a section where they can check if there was some sort of notifications. The left corner there. No, it's not. Yeah, it is showing there is a section of checking notifications, which for our mobile apps they are supposed to pop up on the phone as mobile notifications, as well as the trend icons. So that's a future plan. The trends will be able to show how the soil has been behaving for the past.
Yeah. As a follow-on question, just to close it out in the final seconds that we have, for a smallholder farmer who is largely operating in traditional methods, do you also tailor advice to the farmer of what to do? Because yes, your farm can do waterlogged, but they wouldn't know how can I work around this. Do you also provide that advice?
Yeah. So excellent. So our goal is for the farmers to work based on informed decisions. So our biggest goal is to produce sort of reports that can easily be understood by the farmers. Not too technical, but enough to say, okay, for this piece of land and the crop that's in there, it's not suitable. Maybe if you can add line or do this, that and that for your crops to do well. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kumbo. It was great to see sensors and agriculture. So definitely nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. This particular initiative, I think is a very good initiative. As we know that our country is a agricultural-based economy, so we need a number of innovations that can help us to improve our farming. Now, soil technology or soil smart, which is very good. I remember when I was in secondary school, when we were learning agriculture, we are told that the different types, soil types, they need also to have different crops. So if we understand our soil, it would be very nice to know what crops we can plant in that particular soil. The only area that I needed to really emphasize, since we are introducing a technology in the soil science, it's very, very crucial that we need to have some sort of a framework that can guide us to develop such type of application, so people can understand or trust what data we're getting from that particular application. Otherwise, if there's no appropriate framework to guide the software, sometimes the algorithms people cannot trust whether we are getting the right information or right data. So I think that particular area should be well emphasized. But it's a very good application that we can help our farmers or even researchers to know what type of soil we have and decide what crops. In addition to that, I think this particular data can also help us to align the soil behavior with our weather changes. We are talking about climate change now. So definitely our soil is also being affected. So if we can have this type of technologies can help us to check those trends and make the right decisions for our agriculture.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
In this episode,
how best we can increase the completion rate for the students, and also how we can reduce the absenteeism for the teachers and also for the students themselves.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
Coming in from Mchinji District Council, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much.
Please tell us your full name and your area of focus when it comes to the intervention.
Okay, I'm Stefan Chisat and I'm specializing in the time attendance. I'm looking at Mchinji District Council to have this application which teachers and also students can access it so that we increase their performance, and also we are trying to eliminate absenteeism and also ghost workers. So basically that formed the basis of coming up with that application. So this is going to utilize biometric tracking and also facial recognition and also geo attendance. Thank you so much.
I think government will love you. Actually, forget government. Everyone will love you because ghost workers, we want to catch those for sure.
Yes.
So this should be exciting. What inspired you to actually look at education as an area of focus?
All right, looking at from the surveys and also from the statistics, we see that from the primary education up to the secondary education, there is high drop rate. So you can consider like for the primary school, from the statistics of 2019, only 54% of the male students complete education, and only 51 of them female students complete education in the primary school. And when you take it to the secondary school, it's only 10% of that population or that complete education. So we want to reduce this number and also improve the attendance about that, and also increase performance. You know,
Mr. Jisat, before you give us your entire pitch, let me wish you well.
Thank you so much.
The evaluators are inside waiting for you. So get in there. You have your numbers ready. I can see that you're ready to go and you're fired up. Good luck.
Thank you so much. So I'm Stefan Chisati. I'm here to present on the innovation that is for the time attendance. This is basically a project which we selected for Mchinji. So I'm pitching for Mchinji Council, Mchinji District Council. And this innovation for the term attendance, we are looking at how best we can increase the completion rate for the students, and also how we can reduce the absenteeism for the teachers and also for the students themselves. So basically, we're looking at so I think so basically, when we are looking at this term attendance, we are looking at part of a system that will be cloud-based, and it will support fingerprints for the security, and also this system is also going to have a geolocation feature so that at least we know where these teachers are supported, where these teachers are attending to which school. Basically, we are looking at the several features which will be in line with the security mode that we want to apply. What we have seen most of the time is that when people are, when they have seen that they are under supervision, they behave differently, and bringing in the attendance system, we trust that it's going to come up with what other researchers already did, like in a factor, they call it Hawthorne effect. So when someone is monitoring, when you know that there is a supervisor, even if that person is not presently in that direction, you find that that person can perform much better than when they know that they are not supervised. So we want to bring in a supervised learning where the teachers and also the students, they know that their attendance matters a lot. In a research which was done in 2019, there is a clear proof that in the primary school, the completion rate is around 54. That's on average. So 54 for the male students and 51 for the female students. And also, this completion rate, we also want to take it to the secondary school because currently we are sitting at 14% for the males and 10% for the females. So if you can see that if we have these systems in place, they will really enhance the attendance for the students, and they also really help for the teachers to highly perform because they will know that they will be monitored. So even sitting at the Capitol Hill, even the Minister of Education can be able to monitor on these platforms which we have already done, and they can also check how many students, like if they want live data, then they can also view the performance of the students, how they are attending the classes, and how they are going with their studies. So basically, in this effect of time attendance and also having the clear dashboards which will synchronize, we have also considered that in the many rural areas, there are no much infrastructure like when you consider the technology of network. If they go down in some rural areas, maybe there may be no TNM or Airtel coverage. But once these devices, because we have considered the platform to be on Android based, so once these devices are taken to an area where they can catch up with any signal, they will be able to synchronize. So even the clocking in or the attendance can be done offline, but this data will automatically be transmitted once the devices take any signal close by. So this is another strongest feature that we have tried to put. And on the same issue of Android based, we are looking at availability of the devices. Many of our teachers and the headmasters, they are already using the smartphones. So we are not coming up with a new hardware on the market. We are trying to utilize the power of having the handsets are already available, and with this, for the dashboards, they can view it online using web-based or another software that will be sitting on desktops or tablets that we have put in consideration that the program itself should be reactive to any device, and it should be able to work with any device that is on the market. As long as it has good storage space, it can keep the right data. And for the features or that will separate one school from the other, we are looking at the disk level. Name of the school is usually unique, and on that, they will only be able to view their school. They will not view the data from other schools, but the administrator will be able to view everything from the other schools, and they can log in to every dashboard and platform to check how the performance is. And even on the government side, we are looking at this attendance device to enhance performance even for the teachers, not only on the part of their attendance in class, but also like a performance on the revenue side, on the government side. We are trying to eliminate the ghost workers because most of the time, like when I interacted with some teachers, and also you have seen this also in some newspapers that there was a time when a team traveled to a district level and they were presented with a lot of names, but actually on ground there were a few people. So it also tried to eliminate this kind of dubious trades and the dubious transaction where some people present a lot of data which is not valid, and we can eliminate the ghost makers in that case, also saving government revenue. So basically, that's from our end, and you are welcome to take. We are welcome to take some questions from you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. First thing I wanted to understand, you mentioned about the monitor-based learning or monitor-based teaching. To say this particular app or application or innovation want to monitor who is available in the classroom.
Yes.
So from your explanation, you are talking about smartphone.
Yes.
That I don't have an Android app. The question is, I'm teaching in a particular classroom. How am I going to monitor using an app? Whether I'm available, the student is available. How am I going to detect or identify or find out that this place or this particular student is available using this particular app?
Okay,
What
so
mechanism are we putting in place?
okay, so on daily basis, as I mentioned that we have a geolocation feature. Well, that means first of all, when you are clocking in, we have put a biometric. So that will separate from the ordinary login from the administrator and also the teachers themselves. So on if someone is reporting for classes on that particular day, that means the headmaster will have a device which has got an app, and they will clock in using their fingerprints, and it also has a facial recognition. So that means we have a pure database that will keep on tracking like where these people were logging in and you were if they were using the right IDs. So everyone's fingerprint and also facial recognition, those are other features which we are trying to enhance. And this application is only on the whitelisted device. That means it's not everyone who can just install that application and they will use it and they will log in anywhere. So it will be on that particular based device that has been whitelisted on that particular school.
Thank you so much for the presentation. It was really insightful and gave direct insights to the situational context from the district council that is changing where you're presenting this innovation from and connects to some of the problems that are facing in the education sector. My question would directly point out to the system itself, and you have mentioned that it's going to be Android-based, therefore there will be need for a smartphone. What do you envision would the rollout cost for this system be? Just to understand if, let's say, I was sitting, or if somebody is sitting in the Ministry of Education or within the district of education department, what would it take for them to roll out this type of system in terms of costs and benefit? And that question would also extend in terms of sustainability. Is it a system that you, from your perspective, envision that the education departments will be able to sustain by themselves moving forward from this?
Thank you so much. First of all, even for the support of the development and also scalability of the system, it's going to be done seamlessly. We are looking at one-time development, and then later on you just be updating the versions, also clearing the bugs if they come by. So it's about continuous improvement, and also looking at the initial cost is the one which is going to be a little bit higher. because we are going to look at the development time, the engineers that will be involved in this project. Because I am a software engineer, but I don't know all the other languages. But in this case, we are bringing different teams so that at least we bring something that is robust enough and that can work for a long time. And looking at your question, for the system to be adopted, the budget should be less than 25 million to complete the whole development. And later on, you can see that we already have many Android phones, which many of them I've tested. My phone here, which I have this application already on my phone. I'll have time to show you. This phone costed me around 200. So you are looking at the infrastructure of taking this into the school and the benefits that come by it. There are so many. And for the Android phones, you can easily replace them. And most of the time, these gadgets, they run 2 years, 3 years, then you can replace. But otherwise, with the costs that come by, as I say that we are looking at progressive learning for the students and the completion rate, which will enhance also the quality of our economy. If we have more learning children, and also if we have high-performing teachers, because they are always attending their classes, they are always teaching, then those will surpass the initial cost that we have on this project.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen Sisati.
Thank you, sir.
You're bringing in technology in the education sector.
Yes.
Right. Good. Let's see. How interesting. Right. I've got a few questions. Firstly, I think you are saying this system will be based on the biometrics.
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure how you are looking at the registration of the teachers,
Yes.
and whenever the teacher is to move from one class to another, that they have to put in the fingerprint. Don't know where there's a fingerprint that is to log in and say, okay, fine, now I'm in a geography class, in the standards. But again, I wanted to find out firstly on this system, whether it will be for primary schools, including Sunday schools, like that.
Yes.
I'm not sure. And again, you're looking at Chinji. Do you know the number of schools that are in Chinji, for example, the primary schools and the secondary schools? And again, I look at the usability of the system. You are saying that yes, it will be based on Android, right? And you have done an assessment to look at the availability of Android by headmasters, because you are saying that this is not something that is new. Yes, true. And have you done an assessment to see that all the headmasters in Chinji have got Android phones? And another thing, maybe there are a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I hope you are following.
Yeah, I'm following.
And in terms of power availability, have you considered power availability in all the remote areas? Because we are looking at this being rolled out across Chinji, then replicated in all the other districts. I think I should stop there.
Thank you so much. Looking at the usability and also the design of the interface, we are considering several factors that even people who are not ICT literate enough, they should not struggle to use this application. That has been put into consideration so that maybe if the head teacher or anyone when we train them, it should not take even 5 minutes for them to understand the whole system. So that has been put in place. And for the needs on how the rollout should be, we should accept that we will, in this project, go back in the district level and gather their needs assessment, because this has not been put in the limelight of the first design of the prototype. Because when we requested the budget to travel to the centers, they said that at this stage it will not be required. So that will be put in the second phase, whereby we take now all the stakeholders and we consider their input on how the program should run and whatever they want to do with it. But in Limelight, what we know now is that we can even add timetables to this system. I will show you once I'm done. We can even have timetables. So that means even if they want at a district level or at a school level to have that feature of tracking a teacher, whether they attended a certain geography class, now they are going to a math class, that is also possible. And for the consideration of power availability, we are looking now at to charge this, even the smallest 10 watts solar panel can do a good job to charge a phone. Then for these locations, then we'll consider to advise that they should have solar panel just to charge this handset. So for those areas which are off-grid, that means they need to use solar power, which is very affordable. A 10 watts or 100 watts panel should not cost more than 200,000. It should be within 65, somewhere there. And with the coming with our friends from China, I've seen even we have inverters which can be around 20,000, and a good battery for solar, those small cells, they are around 15,000. So for those locations, we can consider that. And for the scalability to other locations.
We are out of time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Brother Stephen, for your time.
I really appreciate.
Best of luck.
Thanks.